In this problem, I'm creating a truth table for the statement form not P and Q. So I'll start constructing my truth table by taking the unique variables that we have, and that's P and Q, and making a table around those two variables. Now, because we have two different variables, P and Q, we take the number 2 raised to the power of the number of variables, and that tells me the number of rows that I should have in my truth table, which is 4. So if I had 3 variables, then it would be 2 to the 3rd power, and I'd have 8 rows to my truth table. And we'll see that in the next video, or in the next part of this video. So we have P and Q, and I know that there are going to be 4 rows, so I make half of the P values true and half of them false. So that's 2 true and 2 false. And then Q, I'm going to alternate true, false, true, false. And now I have every possible pairing of truth values between P and Q. And we always use this very specific order when constructing a truth table. So whatever your variables are, you just put them in alphabetical order. So just depending on what you have in your problem, and then enter the true and false values as you see. Now we're going to build up this statement using order of operations. So the first thing that we want to do is just make a column for the negation of P. So I have not P, and now I can fill in the truth values for not P, and those are just going to be the opposite of what we have for P. So that's false, false, and then true, true. And let me try to get those a little bit better. Oops. A little bit better in alignment. There we go. True, true. Okay. So now I'm going to make the whole statement, because that's the only part that we have left. So not P and Q, and I'm joining together the 3rd column, which is not P, and the 2nd column, which is Q, and I'm joining them with an AND connector. So whenever you have any false in the statement with AND, the answer is false. So we're going to get false, false, and then we have 2 trues, which makes true, and then another false. So this is our final answer for this particular problem. Now let's take a look at number 14. Here we have P and Q and R, and again, because we have 3 different variables, there will be 8 rows to the truth table. So I have P, Q, and R. Okay. And because I have so many variables here, it's kind of hard to keep this in alignment. So I'm going to just make some basic lines here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, good. And now I'll fill in my truth values. So again, I have true, 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 true. The first half of P is going to be true, and the second half is false. And then the Q, I'm going to cut that in half. So first we had 4 trues and 4 falses for P. So now for Q, I'll have 2 trues and then 2 falses. And again, this is all with a design towards getting every possible pairing, or triple, I guess we should say, because we have 3 variables. Okay, so now every possible pairing of P and Q is doubled, and that's because R is going to alternate, and now we have true, false, and this gives us every possible combination that we have with P, Q, and R. Okay, so now we'll make a column for Q and R. Because that's in parentheses, we're going to work with that first. So Q and R, when we combine that, again, keep in mind if there's any false in it, the result is false. So we get true, false, 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 true, false, false, false. Okay. And now we can construct the whole thing. Let's extend that a little bit. Okay, so we have P and Q and R. Okay. So now we're joining together the first column with the column we just created, column 4. And we're using the AND connector again. So any false makes it false. First one is true. Second is false. Third is false. And the fourth is false. So you can see that because we have false here for these 3 rows for Q and R, that's what makes these all false. Now, just to quickly go through this, we have the next 4 rows for P are all false. So that tells me these are all false automatically. Here we go. False, 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 false. And that is our final answer for our truth table. And that's how you construct truth tables.